Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, Worimi, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Entertainment only. I just want to also point out that if you click on a reading and you see the visual but not the audio, you'll catch up with this message eventually because the audio won't be there yet. What happens is that I believe YouTube put up the actual visual of the recording before the audio catches up about 30 seconds or so later. So when a video pops up, if you just leave it for a little while, a minute or two, go and make yourself your cup of tea ready to sit down and watch it. By the time you get back, the audio will be there. Also getting a few bots popping up. Yeah, whatever. Just ignore them. They are very obvious bots. They either are spouting religion or they are spouting I earn $250,000 every 44 days or whatever it is. Just leave them be. Don't engage. I will report and block them as I go through the comments. So fabulous to have you with me. Now, I'm using my Golden Universal Tarot. What I'm going to have a look at is the economy of Russia, data out from the Kremlin or the Treasury in the Kremlin, despite the significant sanctions that are in place, despite the ability not to actually be able to purchase ammunition and food for their soldiers, despite what is coming, creeping out, sneaking out from on the ground. The Kremlin Treasury is claiming that the GDP growth about 2%, inflation is under 5%, and the economy has increased by 0.7%. If that's the case, it's the best damn economy in the world, aside from North Korea. So I'm very dubious about those figures, and it really does reek of the Russian Treasury writing checks that it cannot deliver on, kicking the can down the road, but it's getting in an increasingly tighter spiral for them and will eventually come to the surface. So keep an eye on that. Something that came out in the last few days, and I was wondering how to pass this information on. Independent University in Germany has looked at the inheritance figures, the inheritance claim figures in Russia, and have noted that since the start of the Ukrainian war, that the claims on inheritance has increased by 50,000 more than the long-term average, which is an indicator of losses of Russian soldiers. The Kremlin's claiming it's less than 6,000. Ukraine's claiming it's more than 100,000. That we can't rely on the figures from either side because they have vested interests. But the fact that this is an independent study, it's very similar to the independent studies taken during COVID to find out in truth how many deaths could be attributed somewhat to COVID by taking the average number of deaths over the last 5 years for a period of time and taking the actual deaths and then the difference in that. It's not exact science, but it gives a much clearer picture than the propaganda that comes out. Now, Beau of the Fifth Column again did a video on this about a week or so ago, and as he pointed out, the 50,000 figure is the increased claims on inheritances. That does not include those that had nothing to leave. It does not include those that did not have family. It does not include those that are missing in action but not confirmed deceased. So this is really the base figure. Okay, just something to be aware of. You're looking at an entire generation in Russia. And when I talk about Russia, I'm very usually talking about the Kremlin, not the Russian people themselves. This is really hurting the Russian people. Um, last count, it was over 1 million of a certain age group had left the country to avoid conscription, and you've got all these who have been also taken out of the equation. Ooh, right. I want to have a look, though. I am going to have a look at the Russian economy. So come on, guys, tell me the truth about what's going on in the Russian economy. We know we cannot trust the figures that the Kremlin is putting out. What is the state of the Russian economy, please, guys? What is the state of the Russian economy? It's more just a special interest question. This, it is what it is, what it is. But just show me, guys, what is the state of the Russian economy? The state of the Russian economy. That one? Okay. Come on down. Right. These two cards came out. First card, smoke and mirrors, illusion, delusion, you name it. That energy. There's no denying it. And what I'm really drawn to is this figure here, the covering up of the truth. Is the signifier card challenged by trying to balance the books, basically, trying to balance the truth. Yeah, she's got the sword pointing upwards. She's holding the cups, holding the scales. I do apologise. Yeah, the challenge. Okay, thank you. I just got reminded by my sisters. They do like to remind me. This is the challenge to this illusion, delusion, smoke and mirrors. Is the truth in balancing the economy? Is the challenge. Right. Now that card had flipped over. Foundation of this reading, a collective awakening, an inevitability, an inevitable ending of this, what they're doing with the economy. In the past, secrets, keeping secrets hidden. Yep, keeping it hidden, keeping the truth hidden. Crowning this reading, full illumination. Now what we've got here, we've got the illusion and delusion, smoke and mirrors underneath, but we've got a major arcana through line and a major arcana in the past. This is a take note reading. This is powerful messaging that the boys are bringing forward here. It is going to be fully illuminated and exposed in all its nudity. And does that look like somebody who was photographed riding their stallion through the stream or whatever it was? Yeah, he's going to find himself with no clothes on. Now, I don't know whether Putin's still alive or not. I am dubious that he is. Either that or his soul energy is so low that I can't pick up on it. So rather than Putin, I'll say the Kremlin. Kremlin are going to be exposed in their full nudity. I'm just looking at the absolute stunned look of the horse there. Got its ears back. If you know horses, we had horses when we were on farm. That's very much what the F is going on there. Look, just before you get bucked off is the feels of that horse. Okay. Immediate future. New beginning that's going to be emotionally overwhelming. A lot of emotion coming forth. A lot of truth flowing forward. Externally, they're going to find themselves with their backs up against the wall due to the messaging that they've put out there. Thank you. I'm being reminded of the actual question. Tell me about the Russian economy. The Russian economy has its back to the wall, basically, has its back to the wall. It cannot retreat any further. Internally, the Emperor, my way or the highway, toxic masculinity energy, hopes and fears, the mercenary actions, but also bringing forth a message, a financial message. The outcome going to come forth very quickly. This stark nakedness is going to come forward very quickly and expose the manipulation. Now again, look across here, major arcana. The manipulation is going to be exposed very quickly in regards to the financial position, information coming forward in regards to the financial position. The illusion of wealth and independence is going to become burdensome and is approaching the end of a cycle. On the base, financial secrets they want kept hidden, lies, betrayal, deceit, stealing. So stealing the truth in regards to the homeland financial position. The contracts and agreements that are being made behind the scenes are going to be illuminated. And I'm also drawn to the fact that this angel here is looking down on these two figures in their stark nakedness being exposed. The feminine energy is looking up at this investigation with how do I put this, guys? I was going to say serenity and joy, but okay, welcoming. Whereas the masculine energy there is looking extremely uncomfortable. But yeah, it's going to be illuminated, it's going to be investigated. The plan that they are formulating is going to be exposed to the truth. There's a lot of anxiety about the money juggling. But the information is going to be brought forward in regards to this, which is a harsh truth, the throwing under the bus, the infighting that's going on in regards to this. And then we have I'm going to say the legislators, bringing forth a new plan, oh, thank you, duh. Just got reminded that this is my Zelensky-Navalny energy. So in the face of this infighting, we've got our Zelensky-Navalny energy that is going to bring forth a new plan that is going to be viewed from a different point of view. It's going to bring stop to the untruths. It's a karmic moment. Something completely unexpected is going to come out of left field in regards to the abuse of power and the sabotage, where those that are bringing forward this false messaging are going to have to defend themselves. And we have a new start and a significant ending and new chapter. The cards are still continuing along in the same vein. When the invasion of Ukraine is finished, those that have been involved in these lies are going to find themselves fully exposed, and then move on. Yeah, quite simply put, smoke and mirrors, illusion, delusion. It won't be resolved until we are in Russia is in that Zelensky-Navalny energy. Okay, see how it plays. Don't believe the propaganda. Catch you later. Bye-bye.